All right, we are back. It's been a long time since I've done a podcast, but I am so excited to get back in it because the campaign season has started again, and we are lucky here to have Andy Plumlee, business owner from Oak Harbor, who is running for City Council position 6. Is that correct?
That is correct. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, excited to have you, and we are going to get right into it. So, first off, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Doing well. Very excited to get stuff back on, and I really appreciate your patience. For those of you guys who obviously didn't see what was going on in the background of these things, I had so many technical problems starting up the 2025 election season, but he was a champ and stuck with me for like 12 minutes of nonsense. So thank you so much, Andy. Um, so the first question that I've got for you is what made you decide to run for city council in Oak Harbor?
Well, I've run twice before. This time I'm actually running because of some of the decisions that the Oak Harbor City Council made. I'm strongly opposed to Ordinance 1999 that uh, took the right of Oak Harbor residents to vote on the sale of their parkland. I took exception to some of the comments that were made by sitting city council members regarding the community's ability to understand the complexity of those projects, to vote in a way that was in their best interest. Oak Harbor deserves to be represented by individuals that respect them, respect that they can self-govern, and certainly they deserve to be represented by people who are not going to strip them of their voice.
Oh, no, that's a very good point, and I think most people can agree with that statement. So, um, let me follow up with. So, you've been a resident for Oak Harbor for a long time, correct?
Almost 15 years.
Wow. Yeah. So you know the lay of the land. You've been having to deal with all this stuff that you mentioned. So yeah, you're coming from a background of a person who has to live through all this and has been. So what are the three main issues that you see as a problem that you want to help fix? You mentioned what was it, 1999?
Ordinance 1999 was passed earlier this year, yes, by the city of Oak Harbor. It removed the requirement in certain circumstances for a public vote on the sale of parkland. And that was done in order to facilitate a sale of a portion of Howler Molly Park to developers who are building a long-term stay Hilton or have plans to build a long-term stay Hilton at the end of Pioneer and Bayshore.
Right. And to avoid a vote of the public, which, yeah, no, not great. You've already won me over. I didn't even know about this. I'm a Camino resident, so I'm not able to keep up on Oak Harbor as much as I probably should. But yeah, no, that's a very important issue. I can tell I would not appreciate that if I was a citizen of Oak Harbor. So that's one. What are the other? If you could think of another two, what would they be?
We need to shore up our economy. Our economy needs to be locally based, family owned. It needs to have family wage jobs. It needs to have professional wage jobs. That is how we're going to address the housing shortages we have. It's a common tactic to say we're just going to build more houses and we'll be okay. But Oak Harbor doesn't have the wages to sustain the houses at the prices we're currently paying. We need to bolster our economy. So that's my second one. Tied into that, and tied back into Ordinance 1999, we need more green spaces per person. We need more communal spaces. We need more spaces that people can congregate in open air. That's how we're going to address the mental health considerations. That's how we're going to address our community building. That's how we're going to create uh, business ideas that can create the wealth or the income necessary to live in Oak Harbor. People have a right to live where they work, and they should be able to do that. Currently, that's very hard to do. Uh, an offshoot of that, and something that's very big in Oak Harbor right now that we need to address, is we need to address the homeless situation that we're dealing with. We need to do it with empathy and compassion, but we also have to make sure that we are being pragmatic and realistic about it. Just because somebody is homeless, just because someone is struggling, does not mean that society should turn a blind eye when they fail to follow the standards and norms of the society that they call home.
Right. Yeah, no, and that's one of the major, homelessness is one of the major issues that I hear about all the time. The housing, obviously, is a major issue. And it looks like you tagged all of them, so thank you so much. That definitely covers the questions there. But yeah, no, it sounds like Oak Harbor's got a lot on its plate right now, and they need people who understand the problems to tackle them in a realistic way. So I mentioned you were a business owner. I kind of stole your thunder. But one of the things I want to ask is, what experience are you going to be able to bring to the office?
Well, in addition to being a small business owner, I've managed businesses I've been in an executive suite position. I've been in the military, senior enlisted leadership in the military. I've got a wealth of background in people management, leadership, problem solving. Both of my graduate degrees are in sustainability, sustainable practices. I bring both a business side as well as public administration, so I can speak to both sides. That'll allow me to address the challenges we face in Oak Harbor from a system standpoint, and not the linear standpoint that many people often approach problems with. And when I say linear, we look at housing and we say, okay, the next logical step is build more houses. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to solve the housing problem. It just means we're going to have more houses to deal with. We need to look at this from a systemic standpoint, and I can do that.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. And we already covered that you've been in Oak Harbor for 15 years. So we have Mayor Ronnie Wright in Oak Harbor. Are you going to have any problems working with him, do you think?
Well, when I campaigned for my last run at City Council, I got to work closely with Mayor Wright. Him and I have a respect for each other. I don't see any reason why we would not be able to work together. We both are professional and understand that we're not going to necessarily agree on everything, but we can disagree respectfully.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's that's important, and it's important to be able to do that and be able to move on to the business at hand. So, so all things being said there, are you going to be able to also work with your colleagues in the city council?
Well,
that's a tough one.
I'm sure it's no secret that I've been highly critical of council decisions in the past. I try not to be personally critical of anyone. So I don't believe there will be any problem working with any member of city council. My job is not to be friends. My job is to take care of the community. I've applied for 3 appointments. I've been denied for all 3 of those appointments. So if I'm elected, I don't owe anyone other than the community I'm serving anything. It'll allow me to go in, work with the team that's there, but also stand my ground when I disagree with the decisions that other members are choosing to make.
Perfect. So, well, you already answered my other question of that I was going to ask. Specifically talking about Oak Harbor management, how it's being managed right now. What do you think the main problem is with the management aspect of it that you want to go in and bring your experience to help fix?
Well, I think it's important to remember that city council is a legislative body, not a managerial body. Right? So city council should not have any direct management oversight or interactions with city staff. The city staff answer to the duly elected mayor. I think there can be times where some city council members cross that line. That's not a line I'm prepared to cross. It's a line that I
All the
believe in.
time. So
Yeah.
yeah, it happens all the time.
Yes, and I would agree with that. It does, but it shouldn't. As a legislator, the job should be to interpret the codes and ordinances and decisions that the staff would like to make against the will of the people, and ensure that the codes and ordinances and policies that are codified represent the people the best and achieve the highest outcome that the community is seeking.
Okay, perfect. And getting towards the end of my questions here, one is for people who love what you just had to say. Love that you're a veteran, you're a business owner who lives in Oak Harbor, is part of the community, and has been fighting for this for a while. If they want to support your campaign, how do they get a hold of you?
So my email is andyforcitycouncil@gmail.com. My phone number is 760-877-1527. Call me, text me, email me, stop me in the street. I'm ready to talk to anybody. I want to work with everybody. I want Oak Harbor to be a place that everybody can live and thrive and succeed.
Okay. And one question that I'm going to ask everybody, and this is just a basic question that I always ask. If elected, do you foresee any reason why you wouldn't be able to serve out your term?
There's not a lot of trains in Oak Harbor, so I don't see myself getting hit by anything. I think I should be okay.
God willing that you stay, healthy. So
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Andy. Thank you for dealing with the number of problems I had getting set up, and I'm really excited to see how this campaign unfolds.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having me.
All righty. Well, we will hopefully have you back if you win, and we will talk about that come election night. One thing that I like to do is on election night, I like to talk to the candidates and go over what the plans are and how they're feeling, and hopefully we'll be able to get you back for that.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
All righty. Sounds good. Thank you, everyone.